Things That Go Bump in the Night. Written by Roger G Trow. Narrated by Robin Howard Schrock. Forward. Have you ever had that feeling that you were not alone in a darkened room? Or did you hear strange noises in the night? Or found that things had been moved around in your house when you were away? If so, you may have experienced a brush with the supernatural. That unseen world that defies explanation. Some people have recorded their experiences, and I shall be sharing them here. I shall also share with you some anecdotes of events in my own family that I can attest to. There is a universal interest in the supernatural, and innumerable myths and legends have grown up to explain the sights and sounds which we cannot otherwise understand from our limited knowledge. In this study, we shall examine ghosts and hauntings and paranormal events and try to separate fact and superstition. Things that go bump in the night arouse our fears and play upon our insecurities. So what are they? Here is a definition. Meaning, frightening but imagined supernatural events. Origin. The earliest known example of the phrase in print is in 1918 in the Bulletin of the School of Oriental and African Studies. To a people who believe in genii, ghosts, goblins, and those terrific things that go bump in the night, protective charms are eagerly sought for. That usage suggests that the author expected his readers to be familiar with the phrase. Around the same time, the phrase was incorporated into a prayer. From ghoulies and ghosties and long-leggedy beasties and things that go bump in the night, good Lord, deliver us. This was recorded in the Cornish and West Country Litany, 1926, but it is quite likely to be much earlier. By this definition, we see that the supernatural is deemed to be frightening, but imagined. But is this true? Are all reports of ghost sightings or hauntings just figments of our overactive imaginations? Surely not. There are too many credible witnesses worldwide who attest that there is a supernatural world about us, as we shall see in this study. But should we be concerned about it? Do ghosts, strange manifestations, and phenomena pose a threat to us? That is one of the key questions. We may say, "Oh, I don't believe in ghosts and all that rubbish. There is no proof that they exist." Nevertheless, there are forces which are unseen, but nonetheless real. Take electricity as an example. If a primitive savage came from the depths of the Amazon, where there was no previous contact with modern technology, and entered your home, he would not be able to explain why the inside of your refrigerator was cold, or understand the humming noise which came from the motor, nor could he comprehend seeing a lamp burn without consuming any fuel. The reason for his quandary is that he is ignorant of the laws of physics, so he may well ascribe to the effects that he sees to the operation of magical elements. That is essentially the problem with the tales of supernatural sights and sounds that we shall be studying. There is no magic, but we do not perhaps understand the dynamics of the event that we have witnessed. It is because we do not understand what we see, or may be ignorant of the presence of spiritual entities that cannot be detected by our scientific instruments, that we dismiss them as unreal, figments of our imagination, or mere superstition. But in spite of all that wishful thinking, they remain very real. Chapter 1. As I said above, I have reliable testimony about ghosts and hauntings, but these are not unique. Almost every culture believes in a spiritual world which is very real. Mostly, the beings which live in that world are assumed to live in a parallel dimension which is in some way different and transcendent to our own physical world. The entities which we observe for the most part we see only occasionally and briefly. So we are left wondering, did I really see something? It's tantalizing, and we're apt to just shrug it off, unless it happens again. And then we know that we are experiencing something otherworldly. Do these beings from that other world want to communicate with us? If so, to what purpose? A flickering image, seen from the corner of the eye,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?